Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The spiritual center of India is reverberating with Astha, Aradhana and Aarti. The Nagri of Bhole Baba got an unprecedented makeover which was long overdue. The corridor of divine spirituality has been opened for the Shiv Bhakts. The Kashi Vishwanath has been revamped at a cost of 339 crore rupees, and Prime Minister Modi went to Varanasi as a devotee of Lord Shiva and not as the head of state. Prime Minister Modi got a rousing welcome from the people of his constituency. It was nothing less than Diwali celebrations. The sounds of damrus and chants of Har Har Mahadev is still echoing on the streets of Banaras. Right after his arrival, Prime Minister Modi had the darshan of Lord Kal Bhairav, the significance of which is that every time you begin something in Banaras to go to the Kashi Vishwanath, you have to first take the permission of Lord Kal Bhairav. And he offered prayers here to begin this journey to this from this deity. In fact, Varanasi was decked up for the visit of its guardian. It's not just Astha, but the connect that the residents have with the Prime Minister, whose constituency is Varanasi. He stopped his convoy on the crowded streets just to accept a pagdi from a local. The Chief Minister Yogi was at his site throughout the day. The Prime Minister headed towards the Lalit Ghat, where a sea of devotees welcomed him with chants of Modi, Modi. Adorning a saffron-colored attire, the Prime Minister offered flowers to the holy river Ganges and chanted mantras with the Rudraksh Mala in his hand. Keeping the age-old ritual, he took a holy dip in Ma Ganga. Next, the Prime Minister Modi received a thunderous welcome at the Kashi Vishwanath temple. Shivaji's iconic damrus were playing in full swing as Prime Minister entered the temple. Prime Minister Modi offered prayers to Lord Shiva and performed the Rudra Abhishek. Before inaugurating Phase 1, Prime Minister Modi honoured sanitation workers by throwing rose petals on them, and then he took to the podium. He even had a meal with them before going on the podium, and the Prime Minister hailed this Sangam of Virasat and Vikas. Listen in to the Prime Minister.
आज हिसाब किताब का समय नहीं है, लेकिन मुझे याद है तब कुछ ऐसे लोग भी थे जो बनारस के लोगों पर संदेह करते थे। कैसे होगा, होगा ही नहीं, यहां तो ऐसे ही चलता है। ये मोदी जी जैसे बहुत आके गए। मुझे आश्चर्य होता था कि बनारस के लिए ऐसी ही धारणाएं बना ली गई थी, ऐसे तर्क दिए जाने लगे थे। ये जड़ता बनारस की नहीं थी, हो भी नहीं सकती। बनारस पर आरोप लगाए जा रहे थे, लेकिन काशी तो काशी है। काशी तो अविनाशी है। काशी में एक ही सरकार है। जिनके हाथों में डमरू है, उनकी सरकार है।
The ancient temple town has regained its lost glory, and Prime Minister Modi, satisfied with the successful accomplishment of the task that he had and his government had undertaken 2 years ago, ended his day one of Kashi Darshan with Ganga Aarti at the Dashashwamedh Ghat, and he oversaw from a cruise the Aarti being done on the banks of the river Ganges, a sight so pleasing and just bringing peace to your souls. And those are the visuals, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't it beautiful? Whichever faith you follow, just the look of it makes it look just so grand. And joining me tonight is Amish Tripathi, author, who has written his trilogy on Lord Shiva. Thank you very much for joining me, Amish Tripathi. And I want to ask you, what is the significance of this whole corridor of Kashi Vishwanath that has been really inaugurated by the Prime Minister and opened and handed over to the people of India? How do you see the significance, and how do you see the sound and fury, politically at least, around this big, grand event today?
Navika, the significance is at so many levels, at cultural levels, civilizational levels. But to be honest, as a very, very proud and devout worshipper of Lord Shiva, the most significant thing that I would like to speak of is at a spiritual level. We all know that Kashi is the city of Lord Shiva. It is the spiritual heartland of India. It is where one of the greatest temples to Lord Shiva, Kashi Vishwanath Ji, is. It's where Bindu Mahadev, one of the greatest temples to Lord Vishnu, is, which was also unfortunately demolished by Aurangzeb. It is where Gautam Buddha had given one of his first pravachans. It is where many of the Jain Tirthankaras had given their first teachings. It is where Maharaja Ranjit Singh, the greatest Sikh emperor, in fact, in my opinion, one of the greatest Indian emperors ever, had given a very large portion of his last will and testament. And Kashi is the place where Gangaji actually turns. Many people aren't aware of this. Gangaji actually turns at Kashi, and then at the end of Kashi turns away once again. And many of us, I have my roots in Kashi, my father's family is from Kashi. We believe that Gangaji does that as almost as a prayer to her Lord, to Lord Shiva. And therefore, all of us Kashi people believe that Kashi Vishwanath Ji and Gangaji should be able to see each other. And this is the way it was for most of human civilization, till the original temple was destroyed by Aurangzeb Ji, and after a few centuries now, Gangaji and Kashi Vishwanath Ji can actually see each other once again. There is an open corridor out there. The temple has been refurbished. It is worthy of one of the greatest temples to Lord Shiva. It is a moment of such spiritual significance. As a proud Lord Shiva devotee, I can't tell you how much it means to me. It brings tears to the eyes.
Amish, what do you say to those people who say that this is a political stunt and this is being done ahead of the elections? Is it taking away from our mythology, from our religious scriptures? Is it really bringing down the significance by linking it to just another election?
Navika, this is India. Everything out here gets political. And those who choose to link it to politics, let them do so. But I'll tell you what, a few decades later, a few centuries later, this will be seen as one of the turning moments of our civilization. And talks of elections, etc., will be long forgotten by that time. Trust me, what will be remembered is the beauty of Kashi Vishwanath Ji and the fact that now we have an area around it that is worthy of the Mahadev. I can tell you because since my roots are in Kashi, we used to go there as children, and of course there was great spiritual energy at Vishwanath Ji, but we had to travel through small lanes to go out there, which were dirty, which were filthy. The temple complex was so small, we couldn't even sit there. Even after your prayer, you want to sit. Shivji ke darbar mein hum baithna chahte hain. We want to absorb his blessing. Jagah hi nahi thi. Kya kare? Right? But now there is that massive space. It of course makes things so much more convenient for devotees, but most importantly, it makes the experience so much more spiritual. I saw this video that was sent to me in my family group of a group of devotees from Andhra, outside Vishwanath Ji in the now much bigger complex with, on the marble, dancing and singing to Lord Shiva out there. This is what Lord Shiva is about. It is about he's about the arts, music, love, devotion. You can do that now because there is space out there. This is so much more deeper than some petty political points. I'm not saying that will not be spoken of. Of course, it will be spoken of. But that is, and if the significance of at a spiritual, cultural, civilizational level is 100, political is maybe 2, 3.
Absolutely. Well, as a devotee, Amish, I can actually feel the palpitating, emotion that keeps coming through your words. Well, Amish, I'd love for you to stay on for the debate, but thank you so very much for joining us and telling us the significance of this great development. From a 2,700 to 3,000 feet area, the Kashi Vishwanath temple has now expanded, and the Nataraj in its dance form, making space for that, is just as devotees giving back the kind of space that this God that is worshipped across the length and breadth of India actually deserves to have.
We must end this segment with how all of us Shaivite would love to celebrate this day. Har Har Mahadev.
Har Har Mahadev. And thank you very much, Amish Tripathi, for joining me. And that's exactly the chant that was stated by the Prime Minister. While Prime Minister Modi was in the holy abode of Baba Vishwanath, the opposition was sharpening its claws and its knives, launching a full-scale offensive from accusing the government of credit theft to below-the-belt remark made by Akhilesh Yadav, who didn't mince his words. Listen in.
बनारस में आज प्रधानमंत्री और 1 महीने का कार्यक्रम वहाँ रखे जा रहे हैं।
बहुत अच्छी बात है। 1 महीना नहीं, 2 महीना, 3 महीना वहीं रहें, अच्छी बात है। वो जगह रहने वाली है, आखिरी समय पर वहीं रह जाता है बनारस में।
You're watching the News Hour at 9, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
And joining me tonight, Gaurav Bhatia, national spokesperson of the BJP, Ishkaran Bhandari, lawyer, Shantanu Gupta, author. Also with me tonight is Kamruzaman Chaudhary, leader of the Congress Party, Mohammad Adil Hassan, AIMIM youth president and advocate. But my first question goes to my friend, Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari, Har Har Mahadev, Jai Bhole Baba. But the question is that would you, in election time, go as low as to say कि आखिरी वक्त में लोग बनारस जाते हैं? Everything is fair in love and war. So election में आप एक दूसरे को जो मर्जी कहिए, पर ये कहना क्या जरूरी था? क्या ये थोड़ा ज्यादा मर्यादा को पार करने वाला स्टेटमेंट नहीं था अखिलेश यादव का?
गुड इवनिंग नमिता जी, आपको, दर्शकों को और मेरे को पैनलिस्ट को. I think I am saddened, shocked and pained that on the 20th anniversary of the dastardly parliament attack, we face another terror attack in Srinagar. 2 soldiers, 2 jawans are dead, 12 others are injured, 1 critical. And at the time the news broke out, the media and the Prime Minister were swinging to light and sound show. The news was suppressed, not given due importance, as if those who are battling for their lives.
I'm sorry, make the charge on channels where this was not shown. We have been on that news. There is no question of suppressing a terror attack, Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari. Please, let's be responsible. Let's be responsible and be my guest and join me at 9:35 on that very story, which we will be going to right after this. Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari.
At that hour, when the news broke out, there were fireworks in Kashi. Prime Minister was swinging to light and sound as if the lives of our brave hearts do not matter. This is what happens. We are a nation. अभी तो जो शहीद हुए थे जनरल बिपिन रावत के साथ, उनकी चिता की आग भी ठंडी नहीं हुई थी. And this Prime Minister, our Prime Minister, chooses to pull a show, and in that moment does not even recognize the brave hearts who fought. As far as what is happening in Kashi, I think you have to look at the 7-hour event that the Prime Minister does or 7-month window that Kashi saw. that when on a single day more than 1,500 dead bodies were burnt on Manikarnika, his own government in Uttar Pradesh was saying just 200 dead in that entire week in COVID. And a month later, he congratulated the chief minister for handling COVID. 3 months back, blind children in Kashi were asking for financial help. Not a single hospital has seen an upgrade. The BHU languages at over 800 ranking in any global ranking. There is, you start from unemployment to Mehengai. There are just 3% Indians who celebrate with the Prime Minister because they have become wealthier. India faces the worst inequality and the Prime Minister is playing Nero. He gets up as the Prime Minister of India and by the time it is evening, he becomes Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh and Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh is missing. Is this the role of the Prime Minister? We have an education minister who will not speak about how education access is not there. We have a prime minister who will turn a day into a tamasha and will swing when the news breaks out about our brave hearts being critical. And we have a time frame where just 7-hour window is used to suppress the fact that in COVID, facts were suppressed, dead bodies were floating. The government did not recognize the deaths, threatened those who wanted oxygen in the same Kashi, and the Prime Minister did not utter a word. So maybe Amish is swayed by this.
Badi lambi list hai. Gaurav Bhatia ji, it's a long list of complaints, all that have come absolutely alive on the day the Prime Minister has dedicated the Kashi Vishwanath corridor to the nation. Respond to this long list of criticisms that have come from Ghanshyam Tiwari ji.
Navika, let me first respond to what the SP spokesperson said. Saluting the two martyrs of the country who have laid down their life and praying for the 12 others who are recovering from, the injuries that they've suffered. And we all know that the entire nation stands with the families who've lost their dear ones and the 12 who are recovering. But I must tell this person, the only Nero the Indian politics has seen is Akhilesh Yadav. And do you know why? Because I know you have a Gajani kind of quality. 60,000 people were in tents. And the Nero, Akhilesh Yadav, was celebrating the Safai Mahotsav. And I must also tell you that today is a day when Navika, SP, BSP and the Congress, they cannot see the Hindu pride, the rich cultural heritage of our country being redeemed and restored by the Prime Minister of the country. And I will proudly say, Har Har Mahadev, I will proudly say that it feels good to be on the same pedestal as any other citizen, which did not happen during the regime of the Samajwadi Party and the Congress, because they treated Hindus as second-rate citizens. It was okay for them to have walls of the Kabristan. It was okay for them to have a Hajj house from taxpayers' money. But today, when we see the Kashi Vishwanath Dham being, restored, they have a problem with that. And I must also say one thing. Narendra Modi ji today has shown that he is an ideal MP. He might be busy, but he is not busy for the people of his constituency. 30 visits in the last 7 years. He's shown he's an ideal Prime Minister because he delivers. People said that this is impossible and he has been able to deliver. And he's an ideal citizen because he says that मैं तो जनता को पूछता हूँ, यही असली जो है पूजा है. Now we have not heard of this before Narendra Modi ji. And I must also add to this that we have heard of Gujarat model, people are talking about Kashi model. You will never hear of Azamgarh model because the MP Akhilesh Yadav is even missing from the parliament. You will not hear of Rai Bareli model because the Congress president Sonia Gandhi ji has not visited the constituency for the last 2 years. And it is this that these people hate, that how is it that the double engine Sarkar is delivering. They are talking about development and they're also restoring the rich cultural heritage of our country.
Let me get in Kamruzaman Chaudhary. I want to ask you, Kamruzaman Chaudhary, all sorts of allegations are heard at the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister has been there everywhere, wherever it's required, whether it was mourning the loss of our first Chief of Defence Staff, when Priyanka Gandhi Vadra was actually participating in dances, folk dances in Goa when his cremation was going on. Yet Mallikarjun Kharge, the leader of the Congress party, points fingers at the Prime Minister that he is absent from Parliament. Well, I want to ask you, when there are issues like price rise, Mr. Rahul Gandhi in Jaipur doing a rally on price rise didn't pick up the issue of price rise. What did he pick up? Hindu versus Hindutva. Why? He could have stuck to his agenda. Yet pointing fingers at the Prime Minister is the easiest thing that the opposition can do. Why, Mr. Chaudhary?
Well, Navika ji, first let me tell you, Har Har Mahadev. Being a Muslim, we are proud of our ancient culture. The point here is that when Rahul Gandhi says about Hindu and Hindutva, you conveniently omit the word that he mostly uses is Daro Mat. Why is the Prime Minister of this country so afraid to face the electorate whenever there is an election? He brings out these PR stunts in the public domain, followed by hundreds of cameras, event management companies that have been given a task with a tender of hundreds of crores of rupees just to propagate the image of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi. I don't have any problem, because there are instances in the history when the Luteras, they destroyed the Kashi Vishwanath temple. There was always an Akbar during his time, it was rebuilt. So those are elements of the history. Prime Minister Modi, he comes and tries to polarize the electorate in Uttar Pradesh, which is going to the elections just a few days later, when he says that Aurangzeb, for every Aurangzeb there is a Shivaji. What does that mean? When I say there is a Lutera ne Kashi Vishwanath ko destroy kiya, then there was always an Akbar who rebuilt it. There was always somebody else, a Gujarati merchant, who rebuilt this Kashi Vishwanath temple. So it was not the duty, it is not that the Prime Minister Modi has rebuilt the Kashi Vishwanath temple just 2021. It has been destroyed, it has been rebuilt. We are proud of that heritage that we have gone through. Now, coming back to the actual politicking that is going on because of this event. Now, before the Bengal election, you must have seen the Prime Minister Modi visiting various temples of Bengal, sitting with the Adivasi families and having food. Same thing is happening in Uttar Pradesh. So the event management company that the BJP party has employed to propagate the image of Narendra Modi needs to readdress its policy towards how to change the image of the Prime Minister Modi. It is so stereotyped that in Bengal also the Prime Minister Modi is
if you think this is an image building exercise and this is not going to yield results, the Prime Minister or Yogi Adityanath will lose the election. आप इतना चिंतित क्यों हो रहे हैं चौधरी साहब? क्यों इतनी चिंतित हो रहे हैं? Ishkaran Bhandari's hand is going up. Gaurav Bhatia's hand is going up. I'm coming to you, Ishkaran. Gaurav, you want to respond to Mr. Chaudhary on the political charge that he has made?
देखिए नाविका जी, एक ही लाइन में पूरा सारांश रख सकते हैं. कहीं पूजन कहीं सूजन. These people are whining. They are not happy with all this because they know Indian polity is changing. I want to ask the Congress representative here, do you have any answer when I ask you 2 years and Sonia Gandhi जी को एक मौका नहीं लगा अपनी कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी में कोविड में जा सके? यशस्वी मुख्यमंत्री योगी आदित्यनाथ जी तो हर जगह जा रहे थे, वो तो सेवा कर रहे थे. सेकंड पॉइंट, do you know you are questioning the attendance of the Prime Minister? The lowest attendance of any MP is that of Sonia Gandhi ji and of Rahul Gandhi ji. And one more thing, look at this picture. When the 26/11 attack happened, Rahul Gandhi was seen dancing till the early morning. Why was he dancing at that time? Can you answer? And rightly pointed out by Navika, the PMO Twitter handle has already issued a statement that a report on the attack that has been done has been asked for.
I really don't get this. And Ishkaran Bhandari, I want to bring you on this. You know, the question, the criticism here is that the Prime Minister was participating in a light and sound show at a time when the terror attack happened. I want to ask everybody, did the Prime Minister know that such an attack was going to happen? I mean, is this really an exaggerated and a ludicrous attack on the Prime Minister?
Ishkaran. And it remained hacked for 7 minutes. You imagine that the country is in safe hands.
The question to me, please don't interrupt.
Happened, he was in PR.
अरे भाई राहुल गांधी तो कब से बाहर रहते हैं, वायनाड सेफ है ना, वायनाड तो सेफ है ना चौधरी साहब, आप 7 hours of Prime Minister के पीछे पड़ गए हैं, राहुल गांधी तो देश से बाहर रहते हैं.
When Pulwama happened, the Prime Minister was shooting somewhere else. Today when Kashmir happened, then the Prime Minister was there in light and sound.
It's a question to me.
1 minute, Ishkaran responding.
Navika, before I speak, I found something very interesting. The Congress leader said, some luteras broke temples. Are they officially now saying Aurangzeb was a lutera?
I would love that to become an official statement from Congress that Aurangzeb was a lutera. So in the end, please ask him to clarify. I am sure he will lose his membership if he calls Aurangzeb a lutera, because there are people who seek votes in the name of Aurangzeb. Anyways, now let me come to the point.
Aurangzeb was their idol. Never.
Let me please. Never. Was he a lutera? Is Aurangzeb a lutera? Is that your official statement?
Correct your.
Is Aurangzeb a lutera? You just said luteras broke mandirs.
No.
Was Aurangzeb a lutera? Yes or no? You just said luteras broke mandirs. So Aurangzeb is a lutera?
Why are you counting Aurangzeb?
I am asking Aurangzeb is a
there was
lutera.
always an Akbar out there. No, when there was an Aurangzeb, there was an Akbar also out there.
Akbar was good.
Why can't you mention?
Was Aurangzeb a lutera? I'm just asking a simple question. You said luteras broke temples.
There is nothing wrong in that.
Please answer. You said luteras broke temples. Was Aurangzeb
He
a
is
lutera?
agreed and we are recording his statement. We are recording his statement.
Now, Navika, if I come to the topic at hand. Firstly, prayers to all those who suffered a dastardly terror attack in Srinagar. India keeps suffering those terror attacks, whether it is on our mandirs, Somnath Mandir, Ram Janam Bhoomi, Krishna Janam Bhoomi, Kashi Vishwanath Ji. We have always suffered those terror attacks and we have always come back, be it Somnath, be it Ram Janam Bhoomi, Kashi Vishwanath. Partly, I do believe we have to go for full restoration, and Krishna Janam Bhoomi also, I believe, will happen. But these attacks which come and these restorations which happen have to happen, because this is the very essence and the soul of Bharat. And the Prime Minister doing that, let me tell you, France, where the so-called word secularism came into being in its proper way, Notre Dame Cathedral gets destroyed in a fire. The French government appoints a former army chief to oversee its rebuilding, passes laws in its Senate to help in that rebuilding. Why? Because it's a cultural heritage of France as well as a tourist destination where 13 million people come every year, boosting the economy. In India, we make it such a painful process to restore or to improve the basic infrastructure or the basic beauty of our civilizational heritage. This was done by Maharani Ahilyabai, this was done by Maharaja Ranjit Singh, and today the Prime Minister is ongoing in that process. But this process, while I congratulate him for doing it, is incomplete. The full process will happen when either by a law in the parliament or by a judgment of court, Kashi Vishwanath Ji is restored to its pristine glory in the place where it is supposed to be.
I want to get in Shantanu Gupta. Shantanu Gupta, many people have today raised the bogey of कोई कहता है आखिरी समय है इसीलिए जा रहे हैं, कोई कह रहा है कि ये constitutional नहीं था because a prime minister cannot be inaugurating something that is religion based because he is on a constitutional position. How do you respond to these charges that have come?
Navika, in your original address, you already told that Prime Minister visited Kashi 30 times. I doubt your research team can find out any Prime Minister in India went to his or her constituency that number of times in a matter of 6 to 7 years. Send your cameramen to Amethi, send your cameramen to Raebareli and see these star constituencies, or send your cameramen to Azamgarh and see how these star constituencies have been under them. I think all the young politicians like Ghanshyam Tiwari should learn from someone like Narendra Modi, who would take a cabinet meeting in the morning, goes for an event in the afternoon, comes back, take a meeting again, and again the next day start working. Akhilesh Yadav's attendance in 17th Lok Sabha is 37%. Navika, 37%. He can't come from Lucknow to Delhi. And the average attendance for MPs from UP is 84%. I think what has changed and what is irritating someone like Ghanshyam is that Uttar Pradesh's culture was all about Taj Mahal, Taj Mahal and Taj Mahal. And now it's about Kumbh, it's about Deepotsav, it's about Ayodhya, it's about Dev Deepavali, it's about Kashi Vishwanath. I think that's their trouble, to my understanding. And for them, it's an event. Doing the puja of Kashi Vishwanath is an event for them. Doing a arati in Ganga Ghat, in the Ganga Ghat is an event for them. Putting flowers on the Seva Karmis is an event for them. And what is Akhilesh is doing? Akhilesh is saying to Keshav Masad Maurya ji, "Aap to naali saaf kariye jaake, aap to kooda uthaiye jaake." That's fine. He is wishing for the death of Narendra Modi. Can you imagine? He's so frustrated. He's saying कि तो आखिरी के 2-3 month रह गए, अब आपका अंतिम समय आ गया. He's so frustrated just by that. You know. And last point, I'll end with this, Navika. Just give me 5 more seconds. During 2012 to 17, Akhilesh was so paranoid that he stopped even the transportation of stones to the VHP Karashala in Ayodhya. And we all know about his father, whose hands are red with the blood of Karsevaks.
Well, Ghanshyam Tiwari ji, do you want to respond to that? Do you want to respond to that? The fact is that the Kashi Vishwanath temple had about 2,700 to 3,000 square feet area. And that is not enough. Amish Tripathi did say that. That is not enough for devotees to even sit and soak in the atmosphere of that mandir. और प्राचीन मंदिर है वो. लोग आस्था से जाना चाहते हैं. अगर उसको ठीक कर दिया और वहां से काशी विश्वनाथ से गंगा का अगर डायरेक्ट लाइन ऑफ साइट होता है तो ये शास्त्रों में ऐसा ही निमित्त था. वो ही कराया है. उसमें इतनी तकलीफ क्यों?
Please allow me a few uninterrupted sentences. On a day, 20th anniversary of Parliament attack that happened under the BJP government, a serious attack has happened, and the Prime Minister is swinging to the tunes. This is not an occasion. This is not an anniversary of anything. He's swinging to the occasion. He knew, he got the news. The media broke the news. This is a matter of national wounding, and there's no false patriotism that can hide it. That's one. Second, as far as Akhilesh Yadav is concerned, it is public knowledge. Times of India would have reported, Economic Times would have reported that we had sanctioned the project, we had taken steps. Set that aside. Third, that if Kashi is the epitome of Indian cultural civilization, why did Kashi under Prime Minister Modi had to hide COVID deaths? Facts about COVID deaths. Why are the public health infrastructure not upgraded? Why BHU is languishing? Why the news that few blind children were campaigning?
क्या ये criticism सही है हसन साहब? ये क्रिटिसिज्म सही है. ये हुआ, इसके बारे में कुछ नहीं बोलेंगे कोई, लेकिन ये बोल रहे हैं कि बीएचयू क्यों नहीं किया. अरे राम मंदिर हो गया, काशी विश्वनाथ हो गया, एक्सप्रेसवे बन गया, एयरपोर्ट का उद्घाटन हो रहा है, कहीं पर एयरपोर्ट की नींव डल रही है, फिर भी सवाल.
जितना काम हमने किया था उसका फीता काट रहे हैं, वो छोड़ दीजिए.
देश की जनता सवाल करती है, उसके सवाल का
होते उत्तर प्रदेश का मुख्यमंत्री बन जाता है.
प्रधानमंत्री के बारे में कहा गया अभी कि 30 बार वो काशी गए हैं, लेकिन ये वाहिद हिंदुस्तान के भारत के प्रधानमंत्री रहे हैं जो आज तक ओपन प्रेस अभी तक फेस नहीं किया है. आज तक ये डॉक्टर मनमोहन सिंह साहब ने किया, या देवेगौड़ा साहब ने किया, गुजराल साहब ने किया, चंद्रशेखर जी ने किया, लेकिन वाहिद एक प्रधानमंत्री का लिखा होगा जो ओपन प्रेस आज तक.
Criticism galore continues at the moment. Of course, it is an India that is soaking in the grandeur of what Banaras or Varanasi today should have been. The question is, why is it so unpalatable to some? And I just want to close this debate before I go across to get updates on the Kashmir story. I just want to close with the visuals that we saw earlier this evening of the lights, of the sound, of the ghats of Banaras, as all of us, whichever faith, और हमारे यहाँ गंगा जमुनी तहजीब है, और अगर आप ये तस्वीरें देखें, if you just look at these visuals, the question is this also not development? And should this not have been done? Think about it. Think about it. Well, thanking my guests tonight.